Welcome. So this would be my fourth sealed Baldur's Gate. We've still got a decent number of gems, so I think we're going to keep going with these. You know what, I think it might even be my fifth Baldur's Gate sealed. Right, okay, so let's see what we got. Well, first of all, we see a lot of blue. But we'll look at the other colours first. Right. Shadowheart, Sharon, Cleric. 2/2 for 2 with Death Touch. Does 1 damage to each player at beginning of end step. And you can specialise if a player has 13 life or less. It only costs 2 mana. Right, so the black version gets lifelink and becomes 4/4. The white version, I see, makes 2/2 white knight creatures whenever you lose life. That is a powerful trigger. You could do 1 damage to yourself 10 times and get 10 2/2 knights. Kind of interesting. Okay, the blue version draws a card whenever you lose life. Okay, that just does the damage back to your opponent whenever you lose life. Pretty cool. Green version can't be blocked by small creatures. And Shadowheart gets a +1/+1 whenever you lose life, and a counter. Oh yeah, the lifelink is important because when it deals damage to you, and then you heal it right back, which is quite nice. That's a pretty powerful 2-drop. Also, not the best thing if you're low on life, I suppose, but hopefully you're playing it early on. We'll look at the multicoloured ones. So then they're different selections of colours. So we've got red, white, black, Jan Jansen, Chaos Crafter, Gnome Artificer. So he's a 3/3 haste. He can sacrifice an artifact creature to make 2 treasures. He can sacrifice a non-creature artifact to make 2 1/1 constructs. You see what's going on there. Doesn't say non-token artifact creature, so he can make more and more stuff every turn. And that's the guy you kind of want to untap him. There's the blue gnome who can untap other cards, other permanents. Shame he's not blue, really. Interesting card. And then we've got Miirym, Sentinel Wyrm, blue, red, green, 3 for a 6/6 flying with Ward 2. Dragon Spirit. Okay. So, another dragon payoff. Whenever another non-token dragon enters the battlefield under your control, create a token. That's a copy of it, except the token isn't legendary if that dragon is legendary. Yes, that's pretty amazing. Actually, somebody played this against me, and they actually stole one of my dragons with the 5 mana blue counterspell that steals the spell. Yeah. So that was fun. And it's got blue in the casting cost, so maybe we can use it with our other blue cards. And I see we have Ancient Silver Dragon this time. I had the red one, the Bronze Dragon, yesterday. Flying. Whenever Ancient Silver Dragon deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. Draw cards equal to the result. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Could be quite dangerous in draft. You could definitely kill yourself with this card. Quite sort of accidentally. It doesn't say you may draw cards equal to the result. There is actually no... You have no choice in the matter. Yep, kind of ridiculous. 8/8 flying for 8 as well. Okay, Displace a Kitten. 4 mana for a 2/2. Avoidance. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent you control. Then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Okay. Goes well with a spells deck. And come into play effects, I guess. Interesting. It is a 2/2 for 4. And then we've got Imoen, Trickster, Friend. We have Specialize. 2/1 for 2, can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone. Specialize 5, and it costs 3 less if there are 2 or more instants and sorceries. So this works in a spells deck, like the Displace a Kitten. Right, blue version. If it deals combat damage, you can exile instant or sorcery from your graveyard. When you do, tap a creature opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Okay, it wasn't going the way I thought it was going. So, yeah, you just exile it. You don't get to cast it. You just get to lock something down. Pretty cool. And it becomes a 3/2 as well. Okay, the effect here, when you exile, +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's pretty sweet. And the black version makes a 2/2 zombie. Yep. Red version does 2 direct damage. Green version, draw a card and you can play an additional land. Interesting. I think they're all 3/2. Pretty cool. Right, so we're going to go through colour by colour and look for removal, evasion, and card advantage. So, Soldiers of the Watch, we've got 2 of those. That's really good. That's removal. That's card draw as well. Of course, we include this guy. Yep, it's card advantage. That has evasion. It's quite expensive. I think we include it. Yeah, Imoen, of course, is great. Right. We've got removal. There we go. 2 Charm Sleep is good. That's a ramp card. We do have a cheap dragon. That's cool. That's card advantage as well. Counter spells. Displace a kitten. Very conditional card advantage. I don't think we include it just yet. Val Duplication gives flying, so that's pretty cool. These guys got double team. That's pretty good. Young Blue Dragon is good. So we're pretty strong in blue in terms of dragons. We've got 3 different dragons. Air Cult Elemental bounces something. It's got flying. Yeah, I guess technically we include that. It's not super powerful. This can make things unblockable, so that's very good. And of course we include this one. Okay, Ghost Lantern. You get a creature from the graveyard back. Whenever a creature you control dies, you can put a +1/+1 counter on the equipped creature. So it gives you some value, and it's quite cheap. I think yeah, that's worth considering. It's basically a Raise Dead plus kind of a nice cheap ability. It's 1 black to cast and 1 to equip. So this brings creature card back. It's quite handy, but it's not card advantage. Deadly Dispute is card advantage. And this guy. This makes a treasure token and makes things unblockable, which is potentially very key. So that's a useful evasion thing. Sigil of Merkel. Mill a card. If there are 4 or more creature cards, you get a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So that's good. And then it gains Death Touch till end of turn. Okay, 3 mana enchantment. Way of milling cards, growing creatures. It's kind of cool. It's like pseudo evasion because people don't want to block your creature because it's big and it gets Death Touch. But I don't think we include it. Chain Devil, a couple of Chain Devils. You both have to sacrifice a non-token creature, so it's not really an advantage. It kind of, well, it depends on the board state. It could be advantageous, but it's very conditional. Manticore is flying, and it can kill stuff. It's quite conditional, but yeah, we include that because it's evasion. It's another flyer. Summon Undead. Mill 3, return a creature card directly to the battlefield. It's quite a powerful effect. It's more mill as well. It's pretty good. It's not quite good enough to include. It's not card advantage. Right. Gate to Tumbledown is good. Trap Finder's good. It's got a good death effect. Kobold Warcaller we include, I think, because I think it's a really powerful ability. I think it gives you haste, can give you a lot of value. That's removal. Barbarian's actually pretty good, but we'll ignore it for now. The Unexpected Allies gives double team, so that gives you card advantage, and you get to choose something to double team. Imagine double teaming with Priest of Ancient Lore or something. Very powerful. Yeah, this is quite a good combat trick, but it's just a combat trick. Okay, this is damage that gives you a treasure token. It's good, it's removal. First strike and haste. I mean, it's pretty good. You discard a card with this one to get 2 cards, so it's not really card advantage. This has got evasion. Or is it Tiamat? One of the best cards. Because it's got haste and double team. Gnoll hunting party. Double team. Furious Fanatic. You make a token. That's a copy of a creature card exiled with this creature. Except it has double strike and haste. Not double team, double strike and haste. Yes, it's removal. It's pretty neat. It's a fight effect. We've got 2 red dragons, so it does 4 damage to each opponent. It's got evasion. Irenicus the Butcher. Trample is an evasion effect. Doubles the power of your dragons whenever he attacks. And he's a dragon peasant as well. So that's quite handy. These guys are dragon warriors as well. That's a dragon barbarian. Definite scope for a dragon deck, it looks like. We like line up the shot, so it can kill flying artifacts or enchantments, or just you can cycle it for 1. Very useful card. Basically, yeah, it's good removal. Good, basically a mana elf. It happens to be a dragon. Good ramp card. We include the Basilisk because it's Death Touch. It's basically removal. Okay, this is a combat trick. So I just don't usually include combat tricks because they're too conditional. Sylvan Shepherd is life gain. We include this under Solar Myconid because it makes a creature entering the battlefield and when it dies. So it's like card advantage because it's multiple creatures, multiple blockers. And this guy draws a card, so he's good. Gains 3 life. This is good. It's another dragon card, so it's got an adventure effect. Let's look at the artifacts. So I'll include the mana fixing, I think. So I've got 2 prophetic prisms. I guess this is good because it gives flying, it gives evasion. Have we missed anything out? Alright, so we've got 67 cards we're considering. It's a healthy number of 2-drops there, that's good. 5 white cards, 16 blue, 16 red. So those look like looks like, yeah, blue, red, and we might splash green. Just confirm that white is a little bit underpowered. Yeah, Steadfast Unicorn is decent. That's decent. But I guess there's nothing mind-blowing in white. We've got the 2 Soldiers of the Watch, which is pretty good. We've got a removal spell, we've got a Priest of Ancient Lore, but yeah, not much in white. We might Well, I don't know if we'll play Jan Jansen. We could try. Very difficult to cast. The black cards. I guess what's missing in black is removal. I'm not seeing any of the typical removal cards you get in black. So yeah, drop the Manticores. I wonder if we run Krydle, just because he has a really powerful evasion ability. We might be able to splash for Krydle and Jan Jansen. We'll just figure that out later. These tools is pretty cool, but I don't think so. Yeah, probably have to cut this one. Deadly Dispute, right, and Ghost Lantern. So that cuts us down to 57. I'm going to see what other dragon cards we've got, because we're going to make a dragon themed deck, it looks like. Dragon Tribal. Right, Dragonborn Looter. Lapis Orb of Dragonkind, Reckless Barbarian, Jaded Sell-Sword, and Scaled Nurturer. Takes us back up to 63 cards. Right, and I think I might call that end of part 1, but that's got us closer to a deck. We've eliminated white and black, because blue and red were both very strong, and green isn't too bad. I think green is okay. Green's going to be a splash color, so we have to cut Owlbear because it's double green. Just thinking green mana fixing cards. Don't know if we can play those. Green. I think we drop the Basilisk and line up the shot. I do like Scaled Nurturer, but I don't know if we can play him. But I think I'll figure that out later and have a think about it. So, yeah, I'll call that end of part 1, and just figure this out and come back later. Right, thanks for watching. See you in part 2.